Leo, I tried to record your message a couple days ago and there was some kind of block in the energy, so I left it. And now we're back and I'm getting another message, but I do want to touch on some things that were coming through in my meditation a couple days ago for you. Maybe the energy has since passed and it's no longer something that's so significant for you, or maybe there's just another layer now that we need to talk about. Things have even gotten more interesting, shall we say. So what came through for you before, actually, I think I wrote it down here, is the image of a snake and an owl. And what I was getting, yeah, here, I wrote it down for you. What I was getting with the snake and the owl is that you were working with both energies in unison to achieve something or receive something, but you were doing it in a kind of stealthy manner. The whole vision was that you've been an owl for a long time, wise, flying high in the sky, something to be revered and admired. But something you're after or something you want to know, it feels like you have to shapeshift a little bit, transmute, transform into this snake energy so you can kind of slither in the grass unseen, undetected, and get something without anybody knowing. So as I tried to work with this energy, and it didn't feel like a bad thing at all. It felt like you were protecting yourself, cloaking yourself. It was this like divine stealthy energy. Like I know when to show up and show my face and expose things and reveal myself to the world. And I know when to incubate and keep things private. When I'm working on something or when I have a particular goal or manifestation or vision, I have to go in stealthily or I have to go in quietly so it doesn't get cross-contaminated, that vision, by other people's energies. That's what it felt like. But I couldn't get through the message for some reason. Like every time I pulled out cards, it was just like, that was it. There was no more to say. So today, when I came here to sit down with your energy, I was getting something about you're seeing someone's true colors and someone may not be who they seem. Okay, so this, anytime I'm talking about someone else, it could always be an aspect of yourself. Okay, so you could be understanding yourself in a different way. Like, hey, I'm not really who I thought I was. I'm becoming someone else. I'm not really just only the owl. I'm also the snake, for example. But for some of you, there is somebody here and you're kind of scratching your head because you thought you knew them or you thought you got a good picture of, what they're all about, but you received some kind of information. Maybe it's a download from spirit. Maybe it's, I feel like ringing both these little bells I have here. Yeah, there's a duality going on, two different energies you're holding. Or you got some kind of information from someone. Oh, I feel guided to use these. I have the decks out that I'm going to use, but let's just pull one of these cards. I don't think I've even touched these in like 2 to 3 years. And that's a message for you. Something from 2 to 3 years ago is going to become useful again for you. So, I mean, they're just words that I wrote down on these big pieces of paper. So let's see what word comes out for you. What message needs to be said here for Leo? It's very intriguing energy you have, Leo. I'm very curious to see what happens in this reading for Leo. Memory. Your memory is being jogged. Someone could remind you of someone else. Some of you are having memories come up, things you have forgotten, or things people have wanted you to forget. Let's get one more, and then we'll get the Oracle and Tarot. Tell me what else, Spirit. Memory and what? Memory and what? There's also something about, I did write down in that book a couple days ago, something about an energetic signature. You having a particular energetic signature, very unique, very original. And it could be the case that somebody is trying to copy you or forge your signature, like metaphorically. But let's see what else comes through. Spirit, what's up with this memory? Thank you. Process and cut ties. You're processing something here. You're in process. I think I had that for you too. Cut cut ties. I'm actually seeing someone cut a snake in half. Now the snake, it's coming, I'm seeing stillness and honesty. The snake, as it's coming through for you, is not like a negative symbol. Okay, every animal, every energy has a polarity, light and dark. And it's coming through in a light way for you. You know, transformative. The snake is about shedding skins. And a lot of people have commented that it looks like the owl is about to grab the snake. But in all actuality, when I hung the snake like this, my idea was that the owl and the snake are working in unison to locate, I don't know if you can see it, this little locket I have here, this little charm to find what's hidden at the heart of the matter. So these energies are coming together rather than being against one another. Could be the case that someone has tried to turn you against yourself in some ways. Something you've cut ties with, or someone maybe cut ties with you, the memory is coming up for some reason. Or maybe they're remembering you. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what this message is all about, Spirit. The tide. I thought it said ties at first. The tide. Rhythm, change, and movement. I'm going to cover this little lady up. The tide. Rhythm, change, and movement. Well, yeah, you are changing forms. You're approaching a situation in a different way. Why do you have to be so stealthy? Well, maybe it's because you remember, it could even be past life memory, that last time you were processing something, you were incubating something, you were creating something, you were figuring something out, you were expanding your own energy, and I'm hearing in your aura, something happened which forced you to cut ties. I wasn't going to go this route with these cards, but I feel like I need some details here. I wasn't going to use this deck either. But see, I'm using a lot of decks that I made myself, right? So I feel like this is also a message for you to rely on your own energy. Trust yourself more than you trust others at this time. Well, I mean, you should generally go that way, but you may need to double check something. What, should I say what or why? What's the question? What or why? Why? Why cut ties? Energy. Yeah, energetic signature. It's like, something's not good for your energy. You need to cut ties. Stay present. Memory. Maybe somebody's taking you into the past. Okay. Give me a little bit more. Timeless. Stay present, memory, timeless. A lot of Saturn energy coming through here. I need more, Spirit. Fantasy, loss, not for you. Cut ties, loss, fantasy, not for you. You know, Leo, you're going to be okay. Something has left your energy field. Either you chose it or someone chose that route. Like either you decided they don't belong or they decided they don't belong. Could even be a job or something like that. But Spirit's showing me that what you have to offer, whatever you're creating, is not tied to a particular person, place, or thing. It's a timeless energy that you have. And it feels like something that you were connected to may have been taking you back into the past, back into a past energy or a past memory. Now, this is neither good nor bad. It just depends on how you perceive it. For example, this energy could have come into your life to remind you of things from the past so you could process them and release them and heal them. Or maybe it was holding you back. Let's get one more for energy and timeless. Action. See what I mean with your energy? It's very mysterious. There's something here that's hidden for sure. Okay, I'm going to get more cards out and we'll see. There's some kind of action that Spirit's guiding you to take as this snake. You know, it's like you've spotted an opportunity. Or you're feeling guided to go towards something. Okay, all this other kind of stuff is coming through though, like this memory and this process and cutting ties. And it's like a lot of stuff going on as you try to like get to the place you're going. Some of you feel like some ambition or goal you have, maybe it was just a fantasy. Maybe it's not reality. Maybe it's not for you. Or you're remembering how you were like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. And you're like, I envisioned myself becoming this or doing this. And now that I'm here, like I can see how I made up a story of what this would mean for me. Or I never got to where I want to go. There's something going on here like that. But Spirit's coming through with you have a timeless energy. And there's something you need to take action on. To create, to become, to move towards movement, change, rhythm, the tide. Okay, energy challenging Leo. How have you been feeling? Does it feel like WTF is going on, or like something's kind of like, there's just a lot. It's just a lot. Overwhelming maybe even. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Aggression, bullies, theft, energetic signature, right? Violence, knowing that this isn't going to work, conflict, disagreement, defeat, winning at all costs, abusive relationships, caution against reckless decisions. This is the energy supporting you, 5 of Swords. So you see something clearly about manipulation or power and control games, and that's why you're cutting ties. Now, this other message that came through today about seeing someone's true colors, like I said, you could be reminded of something from the past. Like, oh yeah, I remember I met someone like this, or someone said something like that in the past and turned out they were a big a-hole. So maybe I should trust that again. And you should. In this reading, that's what Spirit's saying. You've definitely witnessed some kind of, well, I want to say dark is not bad, but I do want to say that some dark energy emanating from a situation. It feels like someone's maybe even two-faced. Maybe you're dealing with Gemini energy. And it's a realization that this isn't going to work. You've put a lot of energy into this, though. It's not a complete wash or loss because you have gained something extraordinary from this. What is it that Leo's gained from this? 10 of Swords. The end. Something has finished playing out. Whether the outcome is what you wanted or feared, everything is known. Painful endings, rock bottom, betrayal, loss, culmination, conclusion. Everything is known. You see what you need to see, as painful as it is with this. Maybe an unresolved situation is now finally clear cut to you. And you're realizing this loss, it was never for you anyways, whatever it was. Somebody around you could have been creating a fantasy or an illusion of what something could be, or maybe you yourself were doing that to yourself, you know? Let's see the energy challenging you. The 5 of Swords and 10 of Swords are supporting you. I mean, talk about a blessing in disguise. And I feel like this is difficult. And it is like scratching your head like, okay, like, whoa, is life is this always gonna be like this? I don't know. There's a question here about, it's bewilderment I'm picking up. Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles as the challenge, the next project, the next opportunity, working towards something that maybe isn't really fulfilling you, or it's not coming into culmination like you want it to. You know, you're trying to get to the 9 of Pentacles here, and you have a vision, you have an idea, and it's a good one, of how you could get to a place where you feel more independent, sovereign, free. But there's something that this energy has been interfering. Maybe you haven't transmuted into the snake quite yet. Maybe this is what Spirit's saying. You need to go a little bit private, protective, even rogue at some level, stealthy, so that you can shed your skins, transform, and find something that you're not able to find when you're the owl flying in the sky. Maybe this is something that's hidden indoors or hidden inside. that a place where the owl can't go. Okay, so really maybe if you're still here and this is resonating, work with snake energy, snake medicine, snake owl medicine. See what those symbols, animal symbols are all about. On this card it says, I'm also getting some of you have been working really hard at the expense of maybe a relationship or something else in your life. I don't know what Spirit's saying about that, but let's see. Dedication, following your skills and talents, master of your craft, hard work will pay off, pride in what you do, passing on your knowledge to others, ambition and perfectionism. Ace of Pentacles, new financial opportunities or beginnings, new financial ventures. I know what these cards mean. I'm just reading them because I chose this deck because I suspect there's going to be more information given to me here. The receipt of new venture streams or opportunities, new job, prosperity, raise, promotion, investment, opportunity. Yeah, you're grinding, like you're working hard, even if it's energetically. The change is coming. The tides are turning in your favor. Whether that's you want the tide to retreat and go out so you can comb the beach for hidden treasures, or you want the tide to come in and wash everything away that's been bothering you and take you somewhere new. Whatever change you're looking for, it is happening. And maybe it feels like not quick enough. Now, I also feel like there's, I'm hearing ambush. Did I read that? I feel like I read that. Did I? I don't know. I'm hearing it. Ambush. I don't see it anywhere. It's a strong word to come through. Yeah, I was going to say maybe you feel ambushed with this 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords situation. Like it's taking away from something you really love, your work, your creative life. If you're in between gigs, jobs, whatever, it's okay. You need to cut ties with something for a reason. Okay? It's just not what you are meant to do right now. It's not lighting you up in the way it used to, if it ever did. Okay, Leo. Let's see. Leo, Spirit, messages for Leo. What do they need to hear for their highest good and the highest good of all? I'm hearing something about jasper, like maybe the stone jasper, or a place, or a name. Like a dog's name, Jasper. A dog's coming through here, like maybe a dog who passed. You could be seeing their name. Okay, let's see your overall energy. Yeah. Okay, what do you not see coming? I'm going to show you in a second. Whoa. Okay, this turns out well, Leo. But right now, things are WTF, 7 of Cups. What is going on? 3 of Pentacles. And you know what's funny is like a couple days ago when I was doing your reading and going to do your reading, the message that was coming through in my meditation was clearer than what's happening now. But I couldn't do it. Like I was blocked energetically. Like I couldn't get it out. And then I just recorded a collective reading instead, which was probably needed to come through. But it's kind of the message I'm getting with that is that Spirit saying something that may seem, or someone who may seem very certain, or like you have a good read on them, you feel like a block though. Like there's something missing. I can't get through. Like there's something fake. It's a facade, or like why can't I get over to the next thing in this project, in this workplace? It like it's supposed to make sense. It's right there, what I'm seeing or thinking, but there's a block. And then later on, the process, as the energy processes with you, it's as if you come back to it and you're even more confused here about something. Even though everything is known now about who someone is or what something is, it's creating a little bit more confusion, because now the question is, well, if it's not that, then what? If they're not this, then who's next, or what's next? And those questions, 10 of Swords, yeah, it's like the 10 of Swords, the betrayal, the ending, the pain, all of that. It's the finalization, it's final, rather than creating this sense of total, complete clarity about a situation. It actually brings up like, whoa, 3 of Pentacles. I meant to show the 7 of Cups. What do I work on now? 3 of Pentacles. Was everything I was working on for nothing? Which I think is a normal question to ask. But Spirit's showing me with your overall energy, 3 of Wands, is that you do have a vision. The tides are coming in, your ships are coming in. Okay, so you are looking outwards to see what's next. What have I been missing? Where do I want to go? Some of you want to travel. Some of you could want to travel to somewhere that's feels like you can't go for some reason. Tell me, you want to be somewhere that you can't go to for some reason. This could be a memory that is painful for you. 3 of Wands, tell me more about Leo's energy. 2 of Swords, a decision. Yeah, 7 of Cups, 2 of Swords. What next? You are cutting ties, or you need to, or you have cut ties with the 10 of Swords. 5, and you should. 5 of Swords? Why would you want to remain tied to that? But there is disappointment. So now it's time to make a decision to go within. So tell me about the snake here. Where are you going? What are you finding? King of Pentacles. Some kind of stability, a hidden treasure, some kind of stability, security. Something that's yours and yours alone to have. Ownership over your own work, I'm hearing. Your energy is that you're really starting to think for yourself. Not that you haven't before, but you've been also thinking about others, like, and thinking for others. People have been hitching a ride a little bit, okay? You've been a rock for many people. There's something about you deciding, well, where am I going? What do I want to do? It's a big question, because you're at a certain point on your path that feels quite serious, actually. 10 of Swords. Yeah, it feels quite serious. Like it's now or never, or like I'm getting older and I need to be doing this. Wheel of Fortune, I need a change. The tide. You do, Leo. You need a change. And it's coming. This is what's happening. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. There is a change coming, and it's a change towards more stability, more groundedness, security that allows you to play and have fun and be creative and not have to worry. Whether that's a stable relationship or a stable home, a stable country, a stable job. There's something here that you're quite good at, that you land, and you still get to explore even beyond that. Okay? For some of you, like, I'm getting this message, and it's probably just an example of the energy, but it's like you took up an apprenticeship somewhere, or you decided to like intern, or maybe you took like a job that you knew was like really low paying and maybe beneath your skill set, but it was promised to you that if you go through these motions, if you work with this person, or if you do these things that this person you were dating wanted you to do, blah, blah, then you would blah, blah for that person, right? And then you would move up and things would change and somebody would give you another chance, or the position would open up, but then it just didn't. And there was no real intention of it either, is how you feel, or whoever I'm connecting with today. If this isn't your reading, I don't know. It's like you're getting something out of it. You're still here. Okay. What you don't see coming is your transformation. Death. Something has 100% ended, okay? I mean, you can reopen that portal if you want to. Oh, I just remembered Jupiter's in your sign. So this is a lucky time for you of full awareness of what's been going on and expansion into a new chapter, into a new timeline. So it makes total sense that the death card is here for what you don't see coming. You are transforming, transitioning, owl to the snake. You can always be the owl again. But it's time that you figure out what this new energy you're being given and you're stepping into can do for you. Okay, let's see what's going on with the death card. There's some kind of relationship or contract or something that is no more. Queen of Wands. I'm getting self-advocacy. Tell me about the self-advocacy. What are you advocating for? Planning your life plan. You're advocating for your plan. Okay. Overthinking. What about the overthinking? Regret. Yeah, there's 5 of Swords, right? There's something you were involved with that got you all messed up in your mind. Game playing, aggression, bully, theft, violence, knowing this isn't going to work, but still trying, conflict, disagreement, defeat, all that stuff that is in the card. And overthinking it all, there's some regrets here. Why did I do that to myself? Why did I go there? That's coming to an end, that energy. And now you're stepping into self-advocacy and planning for yourself. You're not going to get ambushed anymore by your own thoughts, as well as other people's BS. 6 of Cups, memory. I feel like somebody could have, what is it that they did? Who was this person that said they were something that they were not? Or whatever they were doing. Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity they offered you. The Star, wow, it looked good. Knight of Wands came in quickly. Ace of Swords, everything looked good. Judgment, whoa, this is a big promise someone made to you. So what really happened then? What was really going on? Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Everything moved really quickly here. There could have been something in the contract you didn't see, or it's like somebody maybe was talking down to you or talking over you. 7 of Cups. A fast talker, smooth talker, wordsmith. Something was getting transmitted over a frequency that was highly suspicious, I'm hearing. I don't know, maybe this is a spiritual thing. Wow. It's like, I feel like this is you here. After all this beautiful opportunity, the Star, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, like everything's moving in quickly. No wonder the betrayal, right? Because then this is you like, wait a second, Page of Swords. There's something I'm not seeing. The fantasy, right? Like there's a bubble here that someone's created, put me in. I'm not seeing something. And this is the other energy, whether it's a workplace, love, whatever, whoever it is. Knight of Swords. And look at their face, they're sly, right? And Knight of Swords is a really kind of harsh energy when it comes to communication, creating a lot of confusion. Double speak a little bit here with this energy. Okay, well, that's ending. Leo, you're cutting ties with that. Not for you. And I wouldn't call that a loss, really. I'd call cutting ties with that a major gain. Disappointing? Yeah. But there was some kind of process that you endeavored through that was important for you to go through, okay? Some self-reflection, perhaps. High Priestess. An energy upgrade. Trusting your intuition. Now you can look back and be like, I should have trusted my instinct here. I should have trusted my very first intuition. I have this intuition about something right now, and I've managed to talk to myself about it and say like, well, no, I should give this thing another chance, and maybe I'm just like jealous, or maybe I'm just not understanding this opportunity or this person presenting or whatever, right? But then today I was like, I don't know. My intuition's never really wrong, especially when it comes to like people. And I just feel like this is happening for you too, which is why I can pick up on this energy today. It's like, my intuition is just telling me that something's like they're not who they say they are. Something isn't what it says it is, or it's presented to be. 7 of Cups, there's something off. There's something off here. Someone could be getting ahead of themselves, and it's weird, okay? Your opportunity is the 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords is anxiety going around and around in your mind about something. And typically, I would say as the 8 of Swords, the opportunity is to take off the blindfold and leave the anxiety behind. But no, your opportunity is to pay attention to that little voice that's making you anxious about something. Because there is something here. You're not making something up. You're not overreacting. Okay? Don't talk yourself out of your own intuitive hits. Pay attention to something. So tell me more about this 8 of Swords. The Star. This is about your future and your healing and your destiny. Okay, what's in your mind here with the 8 of Swords? 6 of Pentacles. Why did I give my time and energy over here? What were they giving me back in response? Was it equal give and take? Have they been holding out? There's all these questions about fairness. There's something about a union coming up. There is this feeling that you have that there's some destined path for you to help, to heal, to give, whether that's information, messages, artwork, creative projects, something in your business. Like you feel this desire in you to like share what you know. And I think you're right. Just because you've had one well, maybe there's been more, I don't know, but just because you regret or had a bad situation over here, don't let that taint your entire destiny that you're already feeling called towards. This was just not it. Your work is needed, and your love is needed, and your energy is needed. I really want to know what happened, like the details. 8 of Wands, maybe you'll tell me in the comments. I don't know, up to you if you feel guided, but I want to know what happened. Okay. Which I probably, well, we'll see. 5 of Wands for your challenge. Fighting the end. Don't fight the end. Don't 5 of Swords yourself, okay? Don't convince yourself that something is above board when it's not. Tell me more about the 5 of Wands. Stay out of some kind of conflict here too. 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself too. To get to the 9 of Pentacles, to get to stability, security, success. And it's not like, I don't feel like it's just to pump your ego up and say, hey, I'm successful. It's not about that. It's like, I just want to feel, you want to feel what? What is it that you want to feel so bad? Transform. I want to feel like I've transformed the owl to the snake, like I want to feel the shift and the change and the wheel of fortune and the tides are turning. That you want to transmute, you want to alchemize, you want to transform. Prudence, yeah, bravery. And those are things that you're going to have to be prudent and brave, because clearly there's something here that, I don't know, it came in quick. And it was shady, but it's over, okay? You are going to get to the 10 of Pentacles. You are going to get to the 9 of Pentacles. It is a process. I'm seeing the 8, 9, 10, okay? There's a process. There is a process here, right? I don't think you're going to be skipping any steps, but that's good. That's good because no one can trip you. Okay, I was going to say trick. No one can trip you up or trick you when you've done all the steps and you know the whole thing inside out, your whole journey. You know it. You've done the hard work. You know, you've been through it. There's something coming through. I don't know. It feels like it's a specific message. There could be someone around you who is in a very challenging situation and they know it, but they're providing guidance and advice to others about how to get out of it, but they haven't gotten out of that situation yet. And sometimes that's the first step, right? Like teaching others is also a way to teach yourself. But there's something about this energy where like they're trying to skip a step here. They're trying to go from like novice to guru or something like that. You know, they're trying to go from a page to a king, like real quick. You, on the other hand, have gone through all the steps. You know, you were in the difficult situation, you struggled through it, you worked out your way through it, you got out of it, then it came back, and then you worked through it again, you know, like you've done the whole progression. And while that might seem hard and challenging and long, it's much more substantial, your knowledge, your wisdom, your intuition, your abilities, your understanding. I'm hearing of the human condition. It's much more substantial. And someone else around you is wanting to be that or trying to be that, and they're going to fizzle out, okay? Because they don't have the meat. You know, they're just the 2 slices of bread. And they're hoping that nobody notices there's no meat in the sandwich. They're going to notice, okay? If you're a vegan, maybe it's a tofu sandwich. I don't know. They don't have the tofu. They don't have the protein. They don't have the building blocks. Okay. 2 of Cups for your advice. I'm curious about this. What is your advice here? The 2 of Cups. This is a connection, a relationship. It's also unification. Could be the unification of the owl and the snake, but let's see. 2 of Cups as your advice. The Lovers. Okay. It's a connection of some sort. Doesn't have to be romantic, but there is a new contract, a new connection, something for you to solidify. So what's the advice around this? Chariot, you go forward with it. Be brave, be bold, be prudent, but go forward. If it hasn't presented itself to you yet, or maybe this is what you're going after stealthily with the snake, is this other contract, this other agreement, this other big major decision or union with someone or something. It's something Spirit's saying you should go forward with. And I can get that because your outcome is justice. It's like this opportunity, whatever this was 100% not for you, okay? And I feel like you got a little burned in the process. Now this other thing comes through, this other unification, this other contract, this other partnership comes through. And you move, you change, you transform. And this is your justice. For some of you, you were working at some kind, I'm seeing something about pharmaceuticals. I don't know. You were working at some kind of company. There were shady things going on. Okay. You lost that job or you left, you cut ties with it. You left, whatever happened. And you're thinking, oh, my career's over, you know, whatever. And then it's like you go work for their competition or you work for a startup and that company just like surpasses the one that you were working at. And you're going to look back and be like, wow, good thing I cut ties with that. That's the energy, regardless of your actual situation. That's the vibe, okay? Just come back here in a big way. Huge. Okay. So I'm going to go into an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. I'm going to find out what else is going on. Tends to get more specific because there's less of you there. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you don't like that idea or you can't go there, then trust Spirit already knew that. Didn't leave you hanging. Gave you all the information you personally needed right here. I hope that helps, Leo. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.